current generation of AI requires very large data sets to do what they do, and to train these big models. And that puts power in the hands of a small number of providers that can afford that process that Dr. Wu referred to around what OpenAI did. And if you make it hard for open source vendors and models to fulfill regulatory requirements, now you're limiting customer choice. You're limiting the amount of companies involved in this, and I think that's very, very detrimental. So I hope that regulations can incorporate a little more of that. One of my colleagues, Neil Radin on Diginomica, wrote about this a little bit, and what he said was he talked about the EU AI Act's one-size-fits-all approach demanding extensive control over development, posing impractical barriers for open source AI, obligations like risk mitigation, data governance, and prolonged documentation, which are challenging for decentralized open source projects. And these complex requirements may be difficult for open source providers. So this is an example of where these regulations need to, I think, be thoughtful about this. And Neil proposed some solutions around exempting AI, open source AI, from some of those regulations unless there's a high risk scenario that needs to be considered. I could see another one where you have to, where you're bound by regulations once you reach a certain level of productive usage, rather